If I had $1,000,000. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you my wish list plants. Some of these might be a little bit more rare plants, things that are difficult to get a hold of either in the United States or just in my region in particular. And some of them might not be so rare, just things that I haven't had the opportunity to get my hands on yet. So before we get too far into the video, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment just hitting that like button for me. And if you're not already, please subscribe. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much, and thank you for coming back. So without further ado, let's get into my wish list plants. The first one on my list might not come as a whole lot of a surprise if you've seen my being scammed by buying plants online video, which I will make sure I link down below. It is the Monstera Constellation. So I love my Monstera. It's probably one of my favorite plants that I have. It's just growing gangbusters for me. And I love variegated plants. So I also really enjoy the plain white variegated version of the Monstera, but for some reason that Constellation is just one step above that for me. If you were to give me a choice between the two of those plants, I would definitely go with the Monstera Constellation. The second plant on my wish list is one I've seen come up a few times, just haven't pulled the trigger on it quite yet. It is the Zizi Raven. If you saw my video on my easiest to care houseplants, you know that I love the Zizi plant. Such an easy plant, one that if I could just keep one houseplant that I didn't really have to pay a whole lot of attention to, that would probably be it. And I love black plants. I have a couple that I've put on my Instagram. Maybe you've seen some of these darker plants. The Zizi Raven, I think, is gorgeous. Along those same lines, if I happened to have the opportunity to get a hold of the variegated Zizi plant, I think that one's a little bit more rare at the moment, but that's another one that's just so gorgeous. So kind of two plants in one, but either the Zizi Raven or the variegated Zizi plant. The next one on my wish list is one, again, kind of I've seen come up a little bit, but I just don't want to spend the kind of money that I see people asking for it. For those of you that are newer to my channel, I am a teacher, don't make a whole lot of money, so I don't have hundreds of dollars to be spending on these plants. So when I say they're rare, maybe they're rare at a price point that I would feel comfortable spending on a plant and still having money left over for, you know, rent and food and things like that. But this one is the Philodendron Birkin. So the Philodendron Birkin is one that I think is just gorgeous. These leaves are beautiful, and I think it's just an easy care, beautiful house plant, something that I would adore having around the house. I'm just not ready to spend kind of the $70, $80, $90 that I've been seeing them go for. So I'm on the hunt for a smaller little baby Philodendron Birkin. It probably doesn't come as any surprise to you guys that the next plant on my wish list is, in fact, a Hoya. I had trouble actually narrowing it down. I didn't want to put 5 or 6 Hoyas on this list. If you want me to do a list of just wish list Hoyas, I'd certainly be happy to do that. Leave that in the comments below. But I tried to just pick like my one top wish list Hoya, and that is the Hoya Polyneura, or the fishtail Hoya. I'm so obsessed with this plant. I love the ocean. I adore fish and sharks and things like that. And so a Hoya that also involves fish is definitely on the top of my wish list. I also think it's just one of the most beautiful plants out there. So kind of my top wish list Hoya would definitely have to be that Hoya Polyneura. The next plant on my wish list is hopefully here on its way soon. I've ordered one from Gabriella Plants. Hopefully I'll have an unboxing for you guys soon, but that is the Philodendron Pink Princess. I know that's a wish list plant for a lot of people. It's been a very popular one at the moment. I'm a little bit obsessed with all things pink. Maybe you've seen a few of my plants around the house that involve pink. Beautiful, beautiful plant. So hopefully I will be able to share that brand new baby plant with you sometime soon. Here's hoping. Pink Princess. So kind of tagging on to the Philodendron Pink Princess, also on my wish list would be the Philodendron White Knight or White Wizard. I'm not particularly picky between the two of them. I think they're both beautiful plants. I don't know that I need both of them, so I think it would just be whichever one I could get a hold of. But I think that would be a nice companion plant to the Pink Princess. Kind of have the little set going on. So that little Philodendron family is definitely way up there on my wish list. The next plant on my wish list is pretty high up there on my plant wish list. It's probably a toss-up between the Thai Constellation and this plant, which one is actually like my super dream plant. But it is the Alocasia Dragon Scale. Slightly below that would be the Silver Dragon. Again, it might just depend on which one I could get a hold of. They're both extremely rare here in the United States at the moment. They're not being cultivated here, so to get a hold of one is going to be quite a bit of a challenge. But I do prefer, out of the two of them, if you gave me a choice, put them right next to each other. I think the Alocasia Dragon Scale with the beautiful green in it would definitely be very, very top of my wish list. Again, kind of a toss-up. That one, Thai Constellation, if you put them both in front of me and said pick one, I don't know which one I'd choose. They're both gorgeous plants. So those are kind of my top two dream wish list plants. The next wish list plant really isn't particularly rare. It's actually somewhat easy to get a hold of. I'm just kind of holding out. It might be something that I ask for my birthday, Christmas, things like that. Something that somebody can actually get a hold of for me. And that's the orchid, the Sharry baby, the Oncidium Sharry baby orchid. Beautiful, beautiful plant, beautiful flowers. Smells like chocolate, which who wouldn't want that in a plant? So that's kind of one of my less rare wish list plants, something that hopefully somebody can get for me, and then it will be a beautiful gift growing in my house. And the last wish list plant, again, not in any particular order, just happened to be the last thing that I wrote down, would be the variegated string of hearts. I'm not a huge fan of the traditional string of hearts. It's a beautiful plant, just not for me. But the variegated version with its beautiful pink tones, just such a gorgeous plant. I feel like it would be just a beautiful addition here in my home. So the variegated string of hearts. And that's really all I have for you guys today. Just thought I'd sit down and share with you some of the things that I'm looking for, some of my wish list plants. I have bought a ton of my wish list plants. I've got probably a good 4 or 5 somewhat rare wish list plants here in my house. If you want me to do a video of some of these rarer plants that I've actually managed to get a hold of, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be sure to make a video about those. And also, if you're in the comments, let me know what's on your wish list. What plants are maybe a little bit rarer for you, or something that you would just die to get your hands on. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye.